we're working on the push button limit switch now, which is on page 9 of the first set of instructions. And you don't really need this part yet for your build, but they suggest you go ahead and do it while your soldering iron's hot, and I would tend to agree. So I'm going to start with the ribbon wire here, and I'm going to pull 2 conductors off of that ribbon wire. I'm going to pull the red one and the brown one, and it doesn't matter which ones you pull. If you want the green and the yellow ones, they're right there. That'll look like the picture. I'm just pulling these 2 because they're on the end. And the way you do that, you might get a pair of scissors and just make a little cut up here so that you can pull these things, and so that they'll pull right apart like that, just like you're pulling a piece of what's that candy called, like Laffy Taffy or something like that. And you put your ribbon wire back in your toolbox. We'll need it later. I'm going to take these 2 pieces of wire, and I'm just using the whole length for now. And then I'm going to cut in the middle of them so that they're separated a little bit. And use a pair of scissors. I'm going to use my knife because it's handy. Don't cut your fingers if you use your knife. Pull them back just a little bit like that, not too far, and then strip a 1/4 inch of insulation using your wire strippers. And using the wire strippers takes some practice. These wires are kind of thin. There you go. 1/4 inch there. 1/4 inch there. Takes some doing. Feel free to practice a little bit. This wire's pretty long, so if you mess it up, then cut it off and try it again. I might have to cut it up and try it again. Come on now. There we go. 1/4 inch on each side there. Perfect. No, not perfect, but close. All right, I'm just going to twist them together a little bit so that they're kind of straight. And there I go. I've got my wire stripped a little bit there. And we want heat shrink on one part of it, on one side. And so I got a little piece of heat shrink tubing right here. Go ahead and put that over this brown wire. Like that. And I'm going to get the push button switch, which is this guy right here. Take him out of there. A little cardboard thing. And I'm going to solder him right onto this wire, just like that. I use my soldering flux again, and you got to be careful with this one because you get your soldering iron too close to your fingers. Of course, it'll burn you. So I'm just going to dip that right in the flux, so get a little bit of flux on it. And I'm going to get my soldering iron out here. And here I put my stand here so it'll sit up straight. Sometimes it helps to have an extra pair of hands. In the videos that the Seaglide folks do, they have a little alligator clip stand. If you have something like that, feel free, go ahead and use it. I don't, but I'm gonna heat up my flux here, heat up my solder, put some solder on, right on my push button switch, so I have a little bit of solder on it. And then I'm just gonna solder that directly to the wire. Like that. Flux on my wire too. If you have a little solder on the wire, then it'll stick. Not enough solder on the wire. And it doesn't matter which side of the switch you put on, which side of the wire.